some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hello, folks. As you can tell, with me tonight is Mr. Joe Bachman, candle maker, wood burner, and live action Frogger co-champion for 2026, along with his lovely wife, Trelena. Actually, I don't think that lovely life is a bad term
Yep.
in these instances. Arr, uh, so how goes it as far as work and play recently?
Well, Trey is off of midnights currently
Oh, good.
until the 20th, so she's still trying to keep that semi-midnight schedule going.
Yeah, if you got to go right back on it, it pays to just stay on it on your days off.
Yep. So, I'm still working down in Argus, which is about an hour and a half from the house, but that will be wrapping up on July 31st. So, I will no longer need to make a daily drive down there. I'll be able to go back to our Chesterfield office because the only thing they'll be doing down there for the following month is watering the sod.
Ah.
There's a specific, it's spelled out in the NDOT spec. It's a specific 1 month long watering schedule. It's like first 2 weeks are all 7 days. The third week is 4 days, and the last week's 3 days or some weird shit like that. I gotta actually look it up. I don't even remember what it is. It's been
I was watching some videos over in England, and they've been putting infill and then topsoil on top of a previously flooded field, and they were talking about the farmer that owns the field reseeding it, and I was wondering, is there a special name for that spray-on grass seed sort of thing that they used on highways?
so NDOT calls it hydro seed. I don't know if there's different names for it depending on where you're at.
Well,
I
it
imagine
probably
there
would be a
probably
different one
is.
over in England, but yeah.
But the spray on stuff is called hydro seed. So we have what they call mulch seeding, hydro seed, and then sod. A lot of times we use mulch seeding for the most part, unless it's a very steep like ditch line.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll use the hydro seed because that tends to kind of stick better. Or they'll use sod, one of the two. Normally it's hydro seed though. This is the first project I've been on that's had sod in probably a decade.
I imagine sod is probably the most expensive of the options.
It is mainly because of the watering schedule with it also.
And it comes in big long rolls, and it keeps getting pulled over because cops want to know where the uh,
Willie Nelson concert is.
Willie Nelson concert is. Yes, thank you. I needed the assist.
Oh, if it's a big enough truck, then they're asking, where Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg are both playing at.
Tag team.
Yeah. And actually, the rolls of sod that are used, at least from what I've seen on job sites, aren't that long.
Yeah, there's a place nearby that that is their main income. They just have this one field of sod that they um, harvest and replant over and over and over again. They probably get like 4 crops a year
Yeah.
down here, and they do it in little squares, just like a square foot each, and
Okay.
just put it on big trucks and haul it someplace. And people just put it together like a not like a jigsaw puzzle, but more like a um, checkerboard or chessboard.
Yeah.
So lay it out and leave an open space in between for it to uh, naturally reseed itself in between.
Okay. Yeah, ours come on, they're still rolled. They're probably a foot wide, and I'd say maybe 3 or 4 feet long, if I had to guess. At least that's what. So there's multiple companies in our area that do seed and sod and all that stuff. The one that I've seen the most on contracts is a company called Slussers. They're kind of like for anything seed, sod, tree related, they're the ones that are almost like TCS or High Star, which is what their name is now, for like doing the barrels and stuff. They're the most common one used.
Now
But
going back to the hydro seed, I've seen them actually applying it. It's this big truck like a almost like a fire engine with a water cannon on top, and they're just spray painting the entire bare bank this green color so that people will know that yeah, there's going to be grass growing here sooner or later. And then you come back within 6 months and it's needing to be mowed already.
Yep. Yeah, because I think the hydro seed has like extra nutrients and stuff in it.
So it comes with pre-mixed fertilizer.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. The mulch seeding, which is used more often here, and like I said, unless it's like a steep slope, that one is pretty much like what you see at most houses. They'll put down they'll put the seed down, and then they'll put that straw over the top of it.
The straw from
blanket.
a farmer's viewpoint, the straw protects it from rainstorms and whatnot, and then also gradually decays into the soil as the grass grows up through it and becomes kind of its own natural fertilizer. We used to sell a lot of straw from the farm. The wheat fields, the oat fields, the rye fields, everything. Once you got it combined, not only do you have the seed to sell, but you've already got pre-made windrows from the back of the combine. So you just run a hay baler through there, and Bob's your uncle. You got a cash crop, and then you find some place that does that sells bales of straw for home use, and you make, well, back in the 70s, you can make $1 a bale off of this stuff, selling it to somebody with a nursery or something that would go, oh, here's $5 worth of straw to go with this grass seed you just bought. So they're making 500% profit, and we got enough to buy a few more tanks of diesel fuel and gasoline for the tractors.
Yeah.
You can get more money off of hay, believe me, but sometimes you've got to drive interstate to deliver it. We had one year where Dad had sold hay to somebody in Tennessee, and we're in North Georgia. So he loaded up the dump truck with everything it was safe to haul. Had an 18-foot bed dump truck, and it was stacked up well above the sides of the truck bed. I don't know how he figured out this will get under the overpasses. Because there wasn't an internet back then. Probably just remembered the signs. Daddy was always real good at math, so that's a talent you kind of cherish if you're a machinist.
Yeah.
Geometry and trigonometry are basically part of the job. You either understand it or you find another job.
Now, if we could only get some of these truck drivers to understand that, when we put in a wide load restriction, there's a reason why we put it in.
Oh, suddenly I've got visions of double wide and triple wide trailers going down the highway.
So last time I worked out in the area I'm in now, I did a pipe job about 5 minutes south of the intersection I'm at. And this was actually a big pipe, 10-foot diameter, and all concrete, good sized pipe.
Yeah, really. You could make a fallout shelter out of a few sections of that.
Pretty much. So the way we had to do it was we shut down the southbound side of US 31, and we created crossovers, so we took it down to one lane, and basically southbound shared with northbound. Northbound had the outside lane, southbound had the inside. Put down our double yellow stripe, and then we also went through and put down the delineators in the center. And you could always tell when there was one of the wide loads coming through the project, because you'd hear it coming. You'd hear dunk, 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 as it's hitting every one of those delineators.
Uh-huh. Now I've seen NASA move rocket parts around, and they actually rolled some through nearby here, and they had to choose one of the highways that did not have any overpasses whatsoever. And then they had to go through and make sure that there was there was a set of trucks that were assigned to go and lift the stoplights above the payload of the big truck. Oh, those guys probably, well, I imagine the air got a little blue around them as they went through some of these little bitty towns that don't, let's just say where the natives do not pay attention to rules or laws or even suggestions very well.
Yeah, we when we did this pipe, it was on the first section, it was listed in the plans that there was a fiber optic cable.
Okay.
But it said in the plans that it wasn't in conflict. It was going to be well away from where we were at. Contractor, thank God, had the foresight Called out locates 3 or 4 different times. Last time they finally found it. Guess what's running directly over the top of that pipe?
Oh dear.
Yeah. And it was damn near right at one of the connection points between 2 pieces of pipe. That puppy is stretched to its capacity.
Uh-huh.
How we didn't manage to break that piece of fiber optic cable is beyond me. Because
I have seen construction crews around here, just road crews and utility crews. They don't seem to talk to each other very well for some reason.
mm-hmm.
And one of them is going, "Well, I'm supposed to dig here," and the other's going, "No, there's a line right there. You can't dig there." And 10,000 people are suddenly without electricity or internet or some utility because Kai with the bucket, the dredge was told, do this, and he had to do it
Mm-hmm.
and hit something that either was not marked or there was a miscommunication somewhere.
So I got a couple stories regarding that. The same fiber optic line, about, I don't know, 6-7 years prior to that, had been hit by the same contractor 4 different times on the same project.
Metal detectors were invented for a reason.
Well, I don't think that's going to pick up fiber optic.
Oh, well, I mean,
But
I don't know. Common sense would dictate at least you put a copper wire across the top of it just so you can find it again with something simple you can walk across the ground. But common
the thing
sense for me
was,
is kind of extraordinary for other people.
They called in locates. It had been marked. The operators still ended up hitting it. Because generally with something like that, you do the smart thing and you hand dig. Or you use the excavator, get down a little bit, and once you know you're getting close, you hand dig around it so you can see exactly how deep it is, and then you can move on. This is the fiber optic that runs between South Bend and Indianapolis. It's the main 911 trunk line.
Oh dear, that is not a good thing to break.
Yeah. That's why we were all puckering when we were setting that pipe, and it happened to it lined up. I mean, I swear to God, Dan, it's got to be within about 3 inches of the connection point between the 2 sections of pipe. And every one of us, you couldn't have squeezed a piece of angel hair pasta past our buttocks. We're all just sitting there, just and
clenched tighter than a change purse being held by a very old person. Yeah.
Put it this way, if any of us had farted, the sound would have came out at such a high pitch that only dogs would have heard it.
Sort of like Dawn's squeeze.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you can see her say something, but the sound is such a high pitch that even my cat looks up and goes, that's not supposed to happen.
So the other part, this was a couple years ago when my buddy Tony and I were working on Klein Avenue. The ramp he was on, he just had the worst luck with utilities. And it happened on a couple different ramps he was on. But the main one that he had issues, we're sitting there talking on the phone, and all of a sudden I hear kaboom! What the? And the call drops.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh God, okay, I gotta drive down there, make sure he's alive and not shooting at somebody. there was an unmarked electric line that ran over to the cell phone tower that was right there. Yeah, this thing was just spewing out oil because it's got the power box next to the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's just spewing out oil and just totally fried. The poor operator, I don't remember if he had brown pants before that or not, but they were brown afterwards.
Certainly, yes.
You know, and if they hadn't been, turned brown, then he's a better man than I'll ever be.
Oh, we had the local electric company come out one day. I'm sitting here. There's not a car crash. There's nothing. All of a sudden, the transformer blew at the edge of my yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, incoming! Power's totally out. It's the middle of the afternoon. They brought like 15 or 20 trucks out here. And 3 supervisors in pickup trucks standing around going, yep, well, I'm charging overtime. And they had to replace the power pole, rejoin all the wires, replace the transformer, and come to find out all it was, a squirrel got in between the contacts of the transformer and shorted the whole thing out.
And he was well done.
Definitely deep fried to a crackly crunch, yes.
Yeah. Well, on this same ramp, we knew that there was two manhole covers. Found, one was at surface level, one we knew was underneath the asphalt. And we were doing these ramps and everything. We were taking it down to the dirt and rebuilding everything. Well, they dig down. All of a sudden, operator hears dunk. That was metal. Found a third manhole down below the base layer of the asphalt.
That had been covered up several times.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Not only by asphalt, it was covered by stone. It was below the subgrade. It was in the sub base. So they, contractor does their due diligence. They get a hold of the local water company. They get a hold of East Chicago Utilities, and the one guy from the town's utilities comes out. He goes, I've been working here for 50 years. He goes, I don't have this on any of my maps. Now, wouldn't have been a big deal, except there was water flowing through it still. No idea where the water's coming from. No idea where it's going.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. It was coming from the west heading east.
That doesn't narrow it down much.
Yeah. But, and
And
this thing,
you never know if it's clean water or if it's sewage either.
It was clean. Because we opened the top on it. He wanted to see down in there. And this puppy was probably third to half full. And it was flowing. And
so it was water on a mission.
Yeah. And if it was sewer when we popped that top off, you would have smelled it.
Oh yeah, you would have known it immediately. You might not even have had to pop the top.
Right.
That would have come through the ground.
Right. So, and this puppy was deep. It was, it wasn't just like, open the manhole cover and it was, a couple feet of
Hey, Joe,
Hey, Joe Dog.
you look
Hey.
tired.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, this puppy was probably about 6 feet down still from where we were at.
What do you do in that case? Put an extension up to bring the cover up to where the new surface is going to be?
Nope, they told us just put the top back on and cover her back up.
Good luck for the next guy that got to go check that.
That's the thing. They don't know where it's coming from, so they don't even know where to try and go and find the next manhole.
Now, wait a minute. Let's look at this from an archaeology point of view. How deep was this when you found the manhole?
So this would have been probably about 30 inches down, 30 inches to 3 feet.
You're talking about
And then that was
50
another.
years or so of stuff being put on top of it without regard for it being there.
Yeah.
No,
there
you're talking 75 to 100 years.
Oh, Lou. Ah,
And there was, like I said, there's probably about another 6 feet of, sides and everything. It had a little ladder inside there that you could climb down.
not me, brother. Not me.
Yeah.
ain't no telling where the next opening that could actually be opened would be.
So they
Somewhere in
went through.
Albuquerque, I expect.
They went through. They re-added some of the bricks and stuff around it. Kind of tidied it up, slapped the cover back on, and she got buried.
That is an old system right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we ran into that situation here in my neighborhood, trying to find the sewer main. They ran the camera truck up there and did the measurements and all this, and from the last connection that they saw, they then got out the tape measure. The manhole they couldn't find is directly under a masonry porch.
Oh. So that was put in before the house was.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And somebody, I'm guessing, built a masonry porch without a permit.
Well, Chattanooga,
Well, my house,
as far and as deep as some of that stuff seems to be, permits were not created at that time.
well, my house just turned 100. The house that is next door is older than mine. They're saying 23 is when it was finished.
So this is 1823.
1923.
No, hey, I like my version better. It makes a better story.
No, I was at a fanboy convention. Media cons are after one thing.
Yeah, and
Your
usually
wallet.
it folds and is green.
Yeah. Had fun. Met some cool people. The YouTube guy that does the little shorts, the Gen X,
Yeah.
John Costerius or whoever, he came walking by and I looked at him and went, I know you. He goes, yeah. And I got to look at his shirt and I go, oh. Then I brain a few more gears caught and I said, oh, you're the YouTube guy. He goes, yeah. Then he goes, I love your shirt.
I can't tell what the shirt says.
Halicon.
Oh, okay.
Did you tell him that you owned it?
Yeah.
Not the shirt, but the con.
Gave him one of our things, and you know. Then I met Eric Singer.
Wait a minute, I know that name.
He is the drummer that replaced Eric Carr in Kiss.
Okay.
Ah,
He stopped me and asked me about the shirt.
Nice.
Halloween convention, Tennessee. You ought to come and say hi.
And of course, he goes, I like that. He says, can I get a copy of it? And I said, yeah, artbydimitri.com.
There you go.
There you go. Name dropping all the way.
Hashtag always promote, even your friends.
Yes, sir.
Oh, especially your friends. How do you think I make any sales? One of y'all has to tell somebody that, hey, this is worth checking out. And next thing I know, I go to PayPal and I go, ooh, I've got to move some money to the checking account. It's never much, but every little bit helps.
May not pay the bills, but at least buy you a Coke.
Or a pizza. And most times I get a royalty check. I can afford a good pizza. Not just one of them grocery store ones. I can actually go someplace special.
Well, I'll tell you how bad it was coming back and how tired I was. Me and Chris swapped seats.
Chris
Chris
drove.
thought you were gonna.
And
Chris
I
thought you
slept.
were gonna nod off while you're driving.
No, I thought I was going to nod off.
Oh,
I'm getting too over this shit.
that's what I said. I'm gonna have to turn the air conditioner back on. I had it running earlier today, and the room felt like a fridge, so I turned it off. And now, with the door closed, evidently, even during pouring rain, my roof gets hot enough to throw heat down all during the night. So let me crawl across this survival gear here and switch this bugger back on.
Yeah, Joe, it was 85 here in Chattanooga. It was 79 in Knoxville, which is north of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong.
Well, I mean, Knoxville does have an awful lot of highways, parking lots, and concrete all around it.
No, it was cooler in Knoxville than it was here.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. But I'm going, shouldn't have been. Except it must have been cloudy. You know, I will never forgive Knoxville for that damn World's Fair. They screwed up the traffic, and it's still screwed up.
Well, most
I'll drive through there on the way to go visit family up north of Knoxville, and I swear every lane still ends in 50 feet. Doesn't matter what lane you get in, it's going to end in a concrete wall. I'm going, what is this, Tron?
poor Google didn't know how to get us out of downtown Knoxville.
Traffic that bad?
No. It says make a slight left onto the exit ramp. We get up to the stoplight and it says turn left. So I turned left. Says, okay, go up to the stop sign, turn left. So I go up stop sign, turn left. At the traffic light, turn left.
Felt like a NASCAR driver, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I only did it once.
Yeah, you would have been there for several months if you kept listening to the GPS. Just look for the I-75 sign and follow that to Chattanooga.
Yeah, it said, it's just a slight left. The slight left was maybe that much of a turn. If you get up to a traffic light and it says turn left,
You want to do the full turn,
Mm-hmm.
even when that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
yeah.
Oh, I meant to ask, have they ever finished clearing all the avalanche away from I-40 from Carolinas to Knoxville?
I think they've got 2 lanes open for like
Oof.
a mile and a half. One going in, one coming out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got a
Yeah, somebody trying to be funny.
idiot. Thankfully I have ops. Oops. Wrong click.
Yeah, just let them see that their comment was a waste of their time. Don't block them. It pisses them off more when we don't show their comment.
Well, if it had been a better joke. And can't say much for the handle either. If you're the king, I don't want to meet the court jester. Or maybe I'd like to take a court jester, meet the court jester. Probably be funnier.
I did meet Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay, you're going to have to enlighten me on that. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Gorgeous redhead. Has a very famous dad.
Oh! Ronzo girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know me. I always ask them a weird question that they know the answer to. I said, I don't want to ask you about other things. I said, I want to know about your Uncle Clint. I love Uncle Clint. When you can change the subject off of what, they're used to saying every time.
And they will remember you forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Henry Winkler again. And he reminded me, he goes, it was 12 years ago. I said, hush.
I'm not that old. Hush. Neither are you. Hush.
And I said, one of the questions I asked you was Angus MacGyver ever one of Arthur Fonzarelli's students? He busted out laughing. He goes, I remember that. He goes, nobody should have been. See,
I still have trouble going. They went through that entire series and then they finally named him Angus. Okay. I'll buy.
And my brain, my brain's not right.
How long have I known you, Joe Dog?
Accuse your brain of being not right.
How long have I known you?
Well, the
40 years now?
the local Ghostbusters fan group was there,
Uh-huh.
and they had, pretty much almost a life size of the two dogs from Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they had a Twinkie in its mouth, and I looked at it and cocked my head. And he could tell I was confused. He goes, the dimensional Twinkie. I said, "Oh, okay, I got it now. I'm sorry, but I was thinking of Woody Harrelson's character in
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Twinkie." He goes, "Yeah, you crossed the streams."
Evidently Lindsay's team won today in the World Cup, so they're not out.
England's still in it?
Apparently.
Yep, they did win today.
And I don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything about the U.S. team yet.
We're done.
We're done.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'm still pissed about Scotland not still being in it, because those were some fun guys, even though I never got to hang out with them.
They'd have tore up Boston if they were still in it.
Oh, evidently they did manage to tear up the city, but maybe not the team itself. I bet they're still renting helicopters to try and get all those traffic cones off of the statues. Oh, evidently that's a Scottish tradition. You see a statue, find a traffic cone, match the two up perfectly.
Oh,
go to the pub.
At LibertyCon, I came back Friday night from the doctor's appointment.
Uh-huh.
And drove past the little park. There were a few people in green kilts, and we went on down to the Trade Center. I walked up and I told somebody, I'm a little nervous. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I just saw 1,000 people at Miller Park wearing kilts, carrying bagpipes." He turned to somebody else and says, "Hide the beer." And
oh. I actually know people at LibertyCon that would have been their first reaction. Actually, I'm kind of nervous about wearing my kilt to LibertyCon. People will think I've been trying to copy some of the other folks that do normally show up at least one day every event in a kilt. And
I can't go around kilt people or kilt vendors anymore.
Why?
The line I use.
Not the one about sheep hearing a zipper at 100 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably get a caber toss statue. Of course, they've got to take a good run up to get some momentum on one of those. I mean, when you see somebody hoisting a telephone pole and throwing it at you, you got a couple of seconds to get out of the way.
Yeah. Even I can dodge a telephone pole.
Yeah, you say that now. Don't say it in traffic. Because one might fall over when you least expect it. We do live in the South.
Yeah. Joe, do you have that problem up there, telephone poles running out in front of people?
No, it's just the actual people running into them.
He didn't get what I said, did he, Dan?
No. Joe Dog, that is one of those country music jokes that doesn't translate too far above Kentucky. Mostly because people from Kentucky South are used to oak trees running out in front of them.
Oh, he's calling the boss.
No, I'm pulling up my front door camera because I want to see who the hell's shooting off fireworks.
It ain't me.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize that was at full volume.
Oh.
I think it's my neighbor. But I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, we had one guy in here. They're, I would say, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from my house, going towards the church. So they're probably on the other side of the church. Evidently, they ran out of fireworks 4th of July night, and went out with a damn machine gun and wasted about $1,000 worth of bullets.
Hey, Zach.
Hello, Zach. Who you calling a human?
Oh, let me pull it up. I can't remember his name. I done drawed a blank. Zach, I gave you a plug tonight.
I'm waiting on the punchline.
Terry Virts. VIRTS. I spoke with him and, mentioned the launch pad. We talked space. Yeah. So I gave you a plug. So if you hear from him.
Oh, he went visiting a convention today.
Oh, he was at a convention, Zach.
You know what happens at conventions? We walk around and talk to people, and sometimes they turn out to be people of consequence, but we didn't realize it at the time. Or in Joe Dog's case, did realize it, and that's why he said something bizarre, just to be memorable.
I mentioned one of our mutual friends, Dan, to him.
Oh?
Actually, two of our mutual friends.
Stephanie and
no, not
our
Stephanie.
other rocket friend, I thought.
Les and Travis.
Oh, okay, yeah. Les was on the list.
He named the book Return to the Moon or something, whatever. Says one of his favorite books. So he goes, "How do you know Les?" I said, "He was at a convention."
He's right over there. Cool guy to hang out with.
I mentioned Travis and he rolled his eyes. I said, "Yeah, I got him drunk one night." He goes, "Oh, Lord."
Was expensive, but worthwhile.
It didn't cost me much, but.
Hey, at least you were smart enough not to bring up that part of physics that Travis gets argumentative about.
No, well, you remember when we were sitting at the pool at LibertyCon at the Choo Choo?
Yeah.
And I was holding court at the table with the quart jar.
I remember.
Joe,
I shouldn't, but I remember.
The rule was, if somebody'd walk up table, we'd offer them a sip of the moonshine. But the rule was, if the lid was cracked, everybody had to take a sip before we put the lid back on.
Nice.
Oh, shit. I got half the damn convention drunk.
That was the year Lindsay got somebody to help her get me back to the room, and before she could get back to the bar, I was already there. Twice.
Hey,
Thank you, Joe Dog. It was a friendly thing to do, but doomed to failure for that weekend.
that was where I rescued you and
Mm,
what's his name?
I remember.
The Australian guy.
Hippie.
Yeah. That guy's blind as a bat.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I actually talked to some of the people that are involved in robotics, and I'm going, can you build a robotic seeing eye dog for this guy? And they said, I can bring it up as a student project, but that's going to be some fantastic engineering. It would have to map the entire convention site to be able to get around and find all the curbs and everything. And I'm going, dude, it would be worthwhile. You could make bank on something like that if you can make it work. And
well, they went
lo and behold, robotic dogs have been invented now.
Yeah. Boston Dynamics. Yeah, they had one walking around the convention.
Ooh, we have robotic dogs. Has anybody tried to scale it up? Can you imagine a convention with a robotic horse? And a guy in full armor riding the robotic horse? That could be entertaining.
No, because all that thing has to do is one slip.
1-0 turn into a 1 and things go bad. Yeah. Mr. Bachman understands when computers do not respond to what you tell them to do, or you intend them to do. They respond to what you tell them to do. And if you make a mistake,
but yeah, they actually decorated it up to look like, oh, that's what I should have took a picture of it.
oh,
Joe may understand it. I know Zach will. But they painted the Boston Dynamics dog to look like Bluey.
oh, Lord.
Good Lord.
Okay. Somebody's got too large a budget and too much free time.
I just got a message.
Oh,
That was me posting something in the stupid clock chat.
yeah. And someone should be fired. Evidently, Zach does not like Bluey. Who'd have thunk it? That's like not liking Mr. Rogers? Or did I just ascend to a different level of absurdity there? I can't think of anybody that never liked Mr. Rogers, except maybe the people that were trying to compete for a slot on PBS. And we would know about those because they couldn't compete. There was a guy on PBS that was dressed up as Robin Hood and played a flute. And it was another children's show. Very, very educational in a history sort of way. There were a couple of other folks did all kinds of different things. Um, there was the electric company, which I just found out this week was highly suggestive in some of the things that went over my childlike mind at that age. Just no clue. And then you got to late night where it was Doctor Who, Blake Seven, and Tomorrow People, and Challengers, and a half a dozen other things that British staples that we just can't comprehend here. They were not for us, but
Oh, good Lord. Next Thursday is going to be hell.
Do what?
So, the world's largest operating steam locomotive.
Big boy?
Yep, Big Boy 4014. Going to be passing back through the town that I currently have construction in.
You're going to have to jack up a few bridges, ain't you?
No. This time it's not stopping in Argus, thank God. But I imagine there's still going to be a whole shit ton of people there to watch it go by.
Train chasers. I said train tracers.
I'm hoping
train spotters. Yeah.
I'm hoping most of the foamers go to Knox, where it is going to stop. But
hello, Chris.
It's probably still going to be busier in hell in Argus. And if it's anything like the last time, we're going to have traffic backed up horribly this time.
Well, it's not going to be any worse than that.
We didn't have any intersections closed the last time.
It's not going to be any worse than that rocket section going down 316 because they couldn't get it under the overpasses near Atlanta. So they picked the one road in Georgia where there are no overpasses, just a bunch of stoplights and stop signs. And they didn't pay any attention to the lights or signs. They just rolled straight through. Police cars, blue lights everywhere.
I love watching that. They got people with 20-foot 2x4s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got people who's they're Europeans. I just subscribe to their YouTube channel. They're seriously talking about next time they visit the U.S., they want to get an RV, and I'm going, oh, please, either get a good GPS that can tell you where the low overpasses are, or take the long way around a few places. I can just see somebody like that going around those little bitty roads, coming down the Smoky Mountains, and those low ass overpasses, and just getting stuck like that, like the trucks you keep talking about getting stuck under that one bridge in Chattanooga, and it just go. Y'all just go, well, empty the air out of the tires, pull them out, write them up a fine. Let them figure out how to re-navigate.
I'd like to see them try to master the tail of the dragon. I was watching one video where they were talking about they spoke good English. You know, you could tell there was an accent, but I couldn't tell what it was. And they were European. And I asked them, how much have you spent here? Well, I blew my budget. And he said, well, how much did you spend? He goes, 30,000 euros.
I heard the same thing from some of the Scottish fans that came over for World Cup. It's like, I no longer have any life savings, and my wife is going to kill me when I get home.
Yeah.
Don't go home then. Apply for citizenship. That's your best bet. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I've got a weather sensor that is not responding to the Wi-Fi.
Uh-oh.
Outdoor temperature, ... Dew point, ... Rain, ... Wind direction, it's a disc. That's it. And little flashing Wi-Fi sign. I'm going, oh, and that thing's got a solar panel on it. I don't even have to go put batteries in it. I guess the last 3 or 4 cloudy days have burned out its charge. So I have to wait for another sunny day for it to recharge before I get to accurate information.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Avoid downtown Ringgold. Yeah. Roof's cut trying to get under a low trestle bridge. Yeah. We've got one like that in Athens. It has signs everywhere going, hey, if your vehicle is more than 10 feet tall, do not try to go under this railroad trestle. Just go around. There's another road. And still, people with camper vans and stuff like that try and go under it. They get stuck. The cops have to be called. The wreckers have to be called. And all they had to do was go 20 yards out of their way from the shortest GPS route to avoid being caught by that thing.
Well, Joe may know where I'm talking about. It's up his neck of the woods. The bridge that they actually have a sign that counts how many trucks this year has been stuck under the bridge. And it has a live stream camera on it.
I know what you're talking about. I know I've seen it. I cannot think of where it's at.
I mean, they tell you I mean, there's warnings for miles. They get up and they go, if you hit this, you will not get through the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And these trucks come through, and when they hit it, they wrap it completely around the bar twice.
Uh-huh.
You know, speeding up doesn't help.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't mind your roof being peeled off as you go through.
They needed the hit counter for one of the train bridges in Portage a couple years ago. It had to have been hit by at least 4 fucking semis within a couple months.
It'll do it. Oh, I'm sorry. This is totally out of left field, but it reminded me, little town near here has deer crossing signs. And you might see 50 to 100 deer driving through there in the morning or the evening. And some idiot actually wrote the local newspaper and said, why can't they move the deer crossing signs so the deer cross someplace else? We can't even get your children to pay attention in school. Do you think we're going to teach deer to read a sign? Oh,
Now they have had good luck with. There's actually been a few places that have built overpasses.
yes, yes, I'm aware of those. I mean, there's actually been some of them that were on nature shows, and they go, "This is what happens when humans actually stop to think." You put an overpass where the deer can get across without having to get down to the road. Brilliant idea. Uh, I was just so blown away. But I mean, this has got to have been, couldn't have been any later than 1980. But somebody actually complained that they should move the deer crossing signs so the deer would cross someplace else.
Yeah, I think that's where it started, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I know there's at least one in Canada that's been on one nature show, and there's a few in the U.S., but I think there's lots of them in Europe.
Oh, since they've cut those woods down at the bottom of my hill,
Uh
you know,
huh.
to put in $500,000 houses,
Mm-hmm.
starting at 500,000.
Uh huh.
We have been inundated with deer and coyotes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, we basically went in and evicted them.
Yeah. I mean, you cut down their habitat
Mm-hmm.
and built McMansions. Um.
Well, have you ever seen huskies react to a deer walking up the driveway? And they
No,
can't.
but I've seen poodles react to a deer in- outside the fence in the backyard. I've actually seen deer run from a cat inside a chain link fence. The deer are on the outside, and the cat just goes, "Hmm,
I can
I
take
got to
that.
see if Daddy's got some barbecue sauce." And the deer just go poof into the woods. Oh Lord! And there was one time when I actually the dogs were. We had two little dogs then instead of the one big one we have now, and they were. That was a bark that they did not use for a neighbor's cow getting loose and wandering through the yard, which did happen from time to time, or deer walking up or anything else. And I got the colt and walked outside with a red headlamp on, walked right to the edge of the woods, and it's like 50 pairs of eyeballs staring back at me about knee high from the ground. And then the wind changed from coming at me from their direction to behind me in their direction. And it just went on full alert and scarpered. Uh, I know it wasn't the gun oil. It must have been my aftershave or something spooked them. I was not being threatening. I was leaning up against an oak tree going, well, if one of y'all some bitches comes at me, the rest of them will too. So I just need to be very, very quiet because I'm hunting Elmers. Mm.
I thought you were talking about coyotes, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you could ever,
Where's a roadrunner when you fucking need one? Uh,
now if you ever catch a coyote with a litter,
no, I ain't going nowhere outside the fence on that occasion.
Yeah.
well, you pop the mama, you pop a few around it, and you go grab a couple of the litter. Because I'll tell you, those will be smart dogs. I mean, you have to grab them when they're like 3 and a half weeks old. Much
Yeah.
older than 4 weeks, you can't do nothing with them.
Joe Dog, I do not want a pet that is smarter than I am. I already learned that lesson with my wife. She's a hell of a lot smarter than I am. Why she puts up with me, I will never know.
Well, I had one that literally didn't know she was a code.
Oh, I remember. It's been a while.
It was funny. We would take her. I mean, we would take her to the dog park. Sheepdog. The fight was on. Only thing is, we took the husky Akita with us.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with my little sister.
You brought the bodyguard.
She just wander in like, like, hey guys, how y'all? And all the dogs are going, you ain't supposed to be here.
The only thing that would be worse is if your coyote had a friend that was a mule. I mean, seriously, knowing the enmity between those two species, if you can get one of each to get along and adopt each other as family, you pretty much got the entire dog park vacated as soon as you show up.
I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but apparently the cost of postage is going up again.
Doesn't surprise me.
Shit, isn't it 75 cents now for a letter?
It's going from 78 cents to 82 cents starting tomorrow.
That's why my wife only buys the forever stamps and the airmail to send. She'll send letters to England, but everything else she just buys the forever ones. Price goes up. You've already bought the darn things. They have to honor them. Of course, it costs more than a rack of ribs, but don't have any problem with the mail. Well, forever stamps lasted a really long time. Yeah, they have. I keep waiting for them to figure out that you buy them now, 20 years from now, you can still use them. Doesn't matter what the rates have changed. I'm going to have to run down the hall. I'll see y'all in about a few minutes.
I won't leave the headphones on anymore. Damn it.
Yeah, we got 15 left.
Because if he leaves the headphones on, he won't make it back before the show ends because he's going to be doing cleanup.
That's the point.
I was telling Dan before the show started, there's a little Amish place, little Amish like general store down by where I'm working at, and picked up. They have wood-fired pizza cheese curds.
Okay.
Which are really good. But I was I like to go there for lunch because they also have a meat counter. Kind of like the deli counter at like Walmart.
Yeah.
You can buy a pound of ham, cheese, whatever. But they also sell fresh sandwiches. They make the bread right there in-house. You've got their entire meat selection to choose from, their entire cheese selection. And the whole thing for a sandwich, chips, and a cookie, which the cookies are made there also, just over $10. And it's probably a good third pound of meat on there, 4 slices of cheese, and then whatever other fixings you want: the lettuce, tomato, onion, banana peppers. They got all different kinds of spreads, different types of mayos and mustard, and had a roast beef sandwich with horseradish cheese and horseradish mayo on it the other day. And it was good.
Of course, you're talking about that reminded me of the commercial of the company that sold the Amish electric fireplaces.
Well, a Mennonite is a type of Amish, so and it's generally, at least in this area, it's the Mennonites that are allowed to use technology. Yeah, they and the thing I like about getting the meal from them, the chips isn't just like, one little snack bag of chips. They actually fill up a Ziploc baggie with chips.
Oh.
So you're not getting mostly air.
Mm.
I was telling them about the Amish store.
Oh, yes.
And
they're not going to cheat you with a bag of air with 3 chips in the bottom of it like a vending machine would.
Well, telling Joe Dog, the sandwiches that you can order from their deli counter, they put about a third of a pound of meat on there, 4 slices of cheese. The bread's made right there in house. The only thing that's not made in house is the chips. Those are, either Ruffles or barbecue Ruffles.
Well, I had an observation from my little trip down the hall. Evidently, my wife thinks the electric bill is something I have to pay with large trucks full of gold bars. Because there's not so much as even a night light burning for me to see whether or not there's a dog or a cat laying in the middle of the hallway. I'm not blind, but I'm learning how to function in total darkness.
Well, I've broke my family from that. I got my Alexa with the got my light
switches.
Yeah, and I got this thing that has locked the light switch on, and our hallway light. I mean, after sunset, it's cavernous. And I got the light set through that to where it comes on at sunset and goes off at sunrise. And I run it on 10%, which is about like a 40-watt bulb.
Yeah. Well, we've only got the...
Right. Well, it's a 40-watt bulb in brightness, but it's only drawing 2 watts.
Yeah, LED.
And trust me, that has been a lifesaver in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. I'm having to rely on remembering to take a flashlight with me. Suddenly, I am living in my grandmother's house in East Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. Anytime I have to leave my little sanctum sanctorum here, I've got to have a light and maybe a spelunking rope or something. I don't know. But I forgot the flashlight this time. Got in the hallway, closed the door to the office so a cat couldn't get in. I don't believe I have been in that complete a darkness since the last time I visited the Lost Sea in Sweetwater, Tennessee. and they switched out all the lights.
That's what you call cave dark.
I was kind of creeping down the hallway, little bitty teeny tiny steps. And I go, there's either a dog or a cat here. I know there's both in the house. Uh, Halfway down my bookshelf, cat leg under my toes. Thankfully, I'm not putting my full weight on anything at this time. I'm just kind of Phantom of the Opera creeping down the hall. But
Well, that's where you need a can of air. Just walk in the hallway, go.
no,
You,
I don't want to. I don't want to disturb them. I just want to be able to see them. We've put night lights in. Apparently, 2/10 of a watt is too expensive when they get pulled out um, to run a vacuum cleaner. Uh,
oh yeah, Daphne Zuniga. Yeah, we met her.
yeah, Chris, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. When she's 95, she'll still be pretty.
And she's not done all the keep my youth face surgery that destroys.
So many people.
Well, I think a lot of these stars now are seeing what the others are looking like, and it's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not spending $5 million to look like a 20-year-old when I'm 70. Okay. Some
Age,
people are actually wising up.
yeah, age gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I met Christopher Atkins. Is that his name? Blue Lagoon and Pirate Movie and
Is it Atkin or Aiken?
Atkin. It's one of them. I looked at him. I said, "Do you ever age?" He goes, "I have aged. Can't you tell?" I said, "Not much."
No, you're under contract. Contract expires with Swan.
Yeah.
Hey,
He told me he got real mad the other day. He renewed his fishing license in Connecticut,
uh-huh.
and it was free.
Because he was over the age.
He goes, I'm over it. I get free fishing. I want to pay for it. I'm not old enough to get free fishing license. I said, enjoy it, man.
Really, really. It's like the first time we walked into a restaurant and they gave us senior coffee. And I was about to get irate, and Lindsay said, "Shut up and drink your damn free coffee." Uh, and when the little British lady tells you to shut up and take advantage of the deal, you know that you've almost crossed the line, but teetered at the edge for a minute.
We couldn't get close enough to see Jane Seymour. She was there. I mean, we couldn't get close enough to talk to her. We were able to see her, and she ain't aged.
Ooh, Joe Dog, it's about that time.
Oh, Lord, is it? It's sock time.
All right, where's the socks?
And I'll leave you to do that.
No, that ain't a sock. That's the show.
No, that's last year.
There we go. That was enough.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of videos by this British couple. Don't know where in England they live. It's none of my business. Um, the guy looks like he could stunt double for the Incredible Hulk without anything but wearing green makeup. I mean, he is just solidly built. And his wife, I'm going, I don't know how old you are, honey, but if you keep walking around America looking like that, there are going to be a whole lot of movie stars making appointments with their plastic surgeons to try and grab some of that. And
Oh yeah.
all they do is work out and exercise and eat right. Uh,
The little girl from the movie Matilda is just adorable.
okay, finally
Yeah.
clicked.
Yeah.
Took me a
Let's
minute.
just
I'm trying to sort through a whole bunch of things.
let's just say there's too many curves there for an old man with no brakes.
Thank goodness that Chris was there to be wingman for you there, Joe Dog.
I was holding him back.
You was holding him back? Well, I mean, I'm sure somebody has to occasionally.
And there were these girls walking around in these costumes, damn half-ass naked. What are you staring at? Well, I was admiring your costume, but since you're such a bitch, you ruined it.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
You run around half naked in a costume.
Yeah.
People are going to
look or not look. Just, emails would be handy giving me instructions.
And with that, we got to say bye, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Y'all have fun. We'll see y'all Thursday night. I will probably I'll probably be recovered.
Joe Dog, you want me to hang around for the recording to finish, or are you going to?
No, just long as one person hangs around with it, it's good.
Okay.
All right.
And good night, Emily. Sorry we missed you tonight.
All right. Say bye.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.